and so whatever. I don't think there's been any change in the systems or anything since then. It's just there is something missing that was there in the first, 5 games, if you count the Edmonton game as the first road game. There was something that was there in the first 2 weeks of the season that has not been there for quite some time. And for a while, the solid defense and the outstanding goaltending was masking it. And then in the last 2 to 3 weeks, the defense has started to come back to earth a little bit, started to be a little human, and it has not been able to mask that problem. So that is the overall issue that the organization, I don't want to say the team, it's the organization that's facing. It's the players, it's the coaches, it's the management. It's like what is the issue, and how do we break out of it?
Yeah, and there was a couple in particular in the goals tonight where there was a defenseman there, but it's not good enough to be there.
Right.
At where the guy is and the coverage needs to be. It's much more than that. It's taking away their hands, taking away inside positioning and those things.
And again, not that this goal was a factor, but the other things that are happening are things like the Corey Perry second goal where the Flyers played him perfectly, and the stupid puck hits the shaft of his stick, hits him in the stomach, and goes in. I mean, that's those
that's hockey, right?
Those things that happen that are hockey right now are happening much more for the opponent than they are for Philadelphia. And it's right now the hockey pendulum is swinging the bad way for them on those things. And when you're in this funk that they're in and things like that happen, it makes it seem a little bit worse, and you don't want to overreact to stuff like that. But at the same time, that's a defensive thing. This team's real problem right now is the offensive side of it.
Yeah, and and it's getting up the ice as a 5-man unit. Mm-hmm. The way they're coming out of their zone and the system that Alain Vigneault likes to play is for everybody to flow out of the zone together to get in on the offense as a unit. And when that doesn't happen, it makes it even more difficult. And it is incredibly, incredibly frustrating right now with this team. And, I know players are frustrated. I know coaches are frustrated. But most of all, I know fans are frustrated.
But I imagine the rest of the way, the Flyers team.
It did. They did. It went the other way just a little bit. 52-5 to 47-5 is what the final number ended up being. So Flyers, actually, hang on. This doesn't add up to 16 minutes. Let me hit refresh on this. Unless I'm misreading it. But 52, basically 52-48 is what they were thinking. And it wants me to log back in for this one thing. So, I think, I guess, but the eye test is what, I was misreading that. So 52-5 to 47-5. Flyers possessed it for 21-21, and Tampa for 19-21. I guess for the other 20 minutes, just for out there. Right. That's why I thought it was 2 periods.
Usually, but you actually make 12 shots, 39 shots. It's got quality, not quantity. And the Tampa's always up here. The amount of but I imagine I think
all right.
Again, the Flyers had 12 more shots than
Well, while you're working on that, I can tell you that Vigneault has announced that Martin Jones will start tomorrow night. So that is something we were discussing in the second intermission, and he will be the goaltender tomorrow night. The Flyers host the Colorado Avalanche. Already here. Those quirks in the schedule. I wouldn't be surprised a couple of them. Who knows? It's one of those things that you do on your day off. You go to somebody else's job. But it's again, something you got to play your way out of, and that's what Alain Vigneault was saying to the media tonight. Is that it's his accountability. He's the one steering the ship, and the quote is, "We need to end this." And so that is what we are waiting to see if the Flyers can do at some point here in short order, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's Jersey, whether it's Arizona or Vegas. They need to find a way to end this whole thing. I would even take a loss for this with 6 goals. At this point, again, the idea is how do we get the offense going? How do we start fixing what ails? That's what it is. It's a little confounding right now as to why the puck isn't going in more than it is.
It is stunning. All right, now my internet working. So Flyers in this game, they lose 7-1. Let's look at the high danger chances. Then we're going to take a time. I mean, just look at the heat map of the shots there, right?
Yeah.
Everything down here low around the Flyers.
It's a giant ink blot on the Tampa Bay side.
All right, expected goals, all situations. Tampa Bay 3.9, the Flyers 2.41. There you go. That's it all.
Yep. So
let's take a break. We'll come back with more here on the Postgame Show, live at the East Food Hall, Wells Fargo Center. It is Flyers Game Day Postgame Show. Brian Smith, Jason Martinez on the BetRivers.com Flyers Broadcast Network.
You're listening to the Flyers Postgame Show.
Sam Calagione here, founder of Dogfish Head Craft Brewery. 60-Minute IPA is an official IPA of the NHL. So grab a 12-pack at ABV Beverage in Port Richmond before game time for only $18.99 plus tax.
Dogfish Head Craft Brewery, Milton, Delaware. Please drink responsibly.
Hockey fans are gearing up for the holidays at NHLShop.com, the official online store of the National Hockey League, and the largest assortment of NHL fan gear anywhere, with unique, one-of-a-kind designs by Fanatics and authentic fan gear, the latest styles from every NHL team and all the players you love. Don't wait. Shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, a Fanatics experience.
Experience fun for the whole family at the Philadelphia Wings Holiday Spectacular, presented by Workplace Human Capital Management on Friday, December 10th.
It's Charbonneau. He's got a step. Moves in and scores!
Don't miss any of the hard-hitting game action or holiday surprises when the Wings face off against the New York Riptide.
Feeds a man out in front. He scores!
Tickets are on sale now at wingslax.com.
Chloe here with Cross Country Mortgage. Against all odds, CCM has just closed the Garcia's dream home in 21 days. I was able to speak with their top loan officer before they went into the locker room, and he said it was a matter of dedication. All and their experiences been before. They've done all types of loans. Simply put, CCM loan officers know how to close as a team for your dream home. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done. Back to you in the studio. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC, NMLS 3029, www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Housing opportunity.
It's the season of giving. Give the ultimate gift of life, earning up to $825 this month when you donate plasma at a CSL Plasma Donation Center near you. You heard me. As a new CSL Plasma donor, you can make up to $825 this month for doing a good deed and donating plasma donation to help create therapy to treating people with rare and serious diseases. For locations and info on how you can donate plasma and make up to $825 this month, just visit CSLPlasma.com. Walk-ins are welcome. CSL Plasma, good for you. Great for life.
Quirkiest thing I've ever seen.
All the action on the ice giving you the chills? Break away to the hottest game in town, Delilah's. Let the world's most beautiful showgirls warm you up as you claim the game on Delilah's giant video wall or skate in after the game. Your ticket stub gives you free admission. Ready for a real power play? Come to Delilah's, voted America's #1 gentleman's club, just off Delaware Avenue and just out of this world. Delilah's, where box checking is a way of life. Details now at Delilah's.com.
And then the linesman picked
your home for Philadelphia Flyers hockey. 97.5 The Fanatic.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station.
Now back to the Flyers postgame show.
All right, we're back live at the East Food Hall. It's Brian Smith, Jason Martinez, right here as the Flyers go down 7-1 to the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Supermarket sweep on the TV here in East Food Hall. If you want to stop by.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Supermarket tweet.
Yeah, it's ABC Family Game Night.
Oh. Flyers are right back at it tomorrow night. Boy, no rest for the week.
That is a good thing. You put up something like this and you want to get it right out of your mouth right away. Get the taste out of your mouth. However,
I'd like to pause the season for 2 weeks, to be honest with you.
Can we get a COVID break? It's again. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't. Obviously, this is revisionist history, but to me, if you get to play the Islanders last week and you 5-0 them or something like that with the way they're playing, does that change anything with this team right now?
It's impossible.
You can't go back and change anything, and you can't look at it and be like, if we had this, we'd do this. But I just got to wonder if that game hadn't been postponed and the Flyers had a good win there. Does that help them start breaking out of the funk that they've been, continuing to be in here since then? I don't know, but
that game would have gone into a shootout that nobody ever won.
Probably, we'd probably still be winning.
Yeah,
shootout rounds 230.
Yeah, first shootout called off because all the players passed out. Right, and neither team gets a point, like even a loser point. Each team gets minus a point. That's what the new rule. It's rule number 762, Division F/.3 or something that we don't know about. No, I mean, we kid because it's gallows humor right now.
Yeah.
The Islanders are in action tonight, by the way. They're tied 1 right now with the Chicago Blackhawks. They got a 10-game losing streak they're riding. Unfortunately, the Flyers are nipping on their heels at an 8-game streak. But you mentioned that Martin Jones will get the start tomorrow night. That presumably leaves Carter Hart to get the start on Wednesday against the New Jersey Devils. And then you have the back-to-back games on the road, both in Vegas and in Arizona on Friday, Saturday. I mean, the schedule does get easier, but right now, if you're in opposition, the Flyers look like an easy game for the opposition.
Yeah,
it's reality of it.
That's the thing. That's the discouraging. One of the discouraging things is that you're slipping back into last season's situation where Flyers come up on the schedule. Oh, we're going to throw the B goaltender at them.
You're going to see a lot of that now.
It's drifting back toward that way, which is again disappointing for a number of ways, but mostly because I believe Chuck Fletcher did improve this roster. I think that he went out and did what he needed to do to try to make this team better, and for whatever reason, it's just not working. I don't think Cam Atkinson was overrated. I don't think any of the pickups were anything but what we expected them to be at this point. But again, Joel Farabee is out for the foreseeable future. You don't know what's going on necessarily with Ryan Ellis. Excuse me. And Oscar Lindblom is on the ice but continuing to struggle.
Kevin Hayes is clearly,
he's still working his way back.
He might be 60%.
Some of the guys, some of the offensive pieces that even started this year well have fallen off in recent weeks. So that's the thing. It's just what needs to happen to be the catalyst. So I don't know what the answer is to that.
Yeah, well, let's not avoid the elephant in the room, and a lot of people will say it, and there's a reason why they say it in the sport of hockey is what do? You hand the coach, right? That's always the
adage is you can't change the whole team, so you change one person.
They changed a third of the team in the offseason, right?
Right.
And that's the adage. And look, Alain Vigneault's not oblivious. So I read Jordan Hall's article. He knows that when you don't have success, that your seat gets hot.
And that's the other thing that bothered me about tonight is that they were rested, but they also had 2 good solid days of practice this week.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what the thought was.
Small area game.
They haven't been able to work on the game. Schedule's been crazy, whatever. Well, after that, with the postponement, you're going to get the Rangers game, which didn't go well, and then you had 2 solid days of practice after a complete day off, and at least tonight it didn't pay dividends. Maybe it pays dividends tomorrow night. I don't know. Maybe tonight was just a bad matchup, but when you see things like that and say, oh, okay, we can do this, so we'll get better, and you don't get better, that's again one of the things that you're a little bit worried about.
Yeah. Look, you're at that point in the season too, like we've talked about it. Will Chuck make a deal? Are deals going to happen this early in the season? There's a lot of these different things, and we're starting to see some movement around the league. I know the Canucks moved on from Travis Green earlier today, and they hired former Caps coach, former Wild coach, Bruce Boudreau, former Anaheim Ducks coach, that got to a conference final there in Anaheim. So he's now the bench boss in Anaheim. I don't know, what the plan is here. If Chuck is working the phones on player acquisitions or, we don't know any of that right now. But what we do know is that they've lost 8 straight games, and they'll be back at it in it's 9:00 now, so 22 hours time. There'll be puck drop tomorrow night. We'll be right back here, and we're going to be sitting here tomorrow night, Brian, leading into the game at the 9:00 or 7:07 puck drop, and wondering, what is the team going to be tonight? Is this the opportunity to beat a good team in this losing skid and start to turn things around? Like we're gonna try and answer all those questions like we did today, like we did the other day. And frankly, I don't know what the answer is.
Well, Cam Atkinson has come out tonight in his press conference. He said that he's been in a lot worse situations than this. Players have to take pride and play for each other, and they did have a meeting of some sort after the game. So, again, they think for as much as AB says it's on me and steering the ship, making the decisions. This is execution, and whether or not it's the players aren't executing what they need to be, or they need to try to execute something else. At the end of the day, the players are the ones that score or don't score the goals, and I think they know that. And I think that they have pride, and they have a sense of wanting to right the ship here for for the folks that they are playing for, the staff, the fans, everybody that's involved with them. So you can bet that it's there, and my hope again is that after this one, they roll out and we have another solid showing tomorrow night. If tomorrow night goes off the rails, then who knows what happens from there. But it is a confounding situation that I'm not sure anybody at the moment knows what the right answer is to it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, like I said, we'll be back here in now less than 22 hours, about 21 and a half hours, getting ready for Flyers Avalanche. And we'll see what tomorrow has in store.
Yeah.
I don't know that I have the stomach to try and predict anything because I just don't.
Yeah.
I'm not in that room when those doors were closed. You weren't there. Cam Atkinson said those things, and yeah, players have been in bad situations and maybe worse.
He played for Columbus 13 years, for crying out loud, or whatever it was.
So he knows.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been butterflies and blossoms here either. So how the response takes place or what takes place tomorrow night will again be another chapter, and it could be very telling.
Yeah, I think you're right. It is a litmus test in maybe a bad way. It's you have these check games to tell you where you're at. I think this 2-game set really is one as a whole.
Yeah, absolutely. Should we put a wrap on it?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's put a wrap on it.
We'll be back tomorrow night. We got more coming for you.
Yeah, we're just staying here tonight overnight?
Yeah, why not? All right. They're going to keep the TVs on for us here and everything.
There's no sense in unplugging everything.
No, yeah, just leave it here, right? Just leave it.
Yeah, we'll just have a couple cocktails, get some crab fries. We'll be good.
All right, the leftover crab fries are waiting for us over there at the other side of East Food.
All right, Dan, who was on highlights tonight? Matt McNarick on highlights tonight. Great job by him. Sorry we didn't play any of him in the postgame show. Sorry, Matt. You did a good job anyway. Dan Fritz, our producer back at the station, our our in-studio engineer. Our on-site engineer was Betsy Deming, or Tim Saunders, Steve Coates, Brian Smith to my left. We'll be back tomorrow in about 21 hours. Everybody, thanks for listening to Flyers Game Day on the BetRivers.com Flyers Broadcast Network. Good night, everybody.
Have a good night, folks.